Hey guys, well, I'm making this video long before this channel's actually going to start, bizarrely enough. This is a video about a decision that myself and my wife have made in our later life. I've owned a camper van now, a Volkswagen California Ocean, for over 4 years now. And I sleep in it around about 12 nights on average every single month, travelling around the UK and Ireland. And it was a decision that we made to buy it during COVID because I had made 119 flights in 2019 and was just looking to kind of get out of that, going to the airport kind of lark. So decided to buy the camper van. And it's been one of the best things that I've really ever done. Now, I travel about 45,000 miles a year in this particular van. And I'm getting to the age of retirement. I'm now 66 and I was going to retire within the next couple of years. However, we have just made a very big decision. And rather than start our channel once we've got our van, I decided to start the channel right almost at the beginning, just after the discussions have taken place about our big decision, which is this. We're going to sell our house, which is an absolutely beautiful house located in stunning countryside, looking over the Tweed Valley in one of the highest spots in the Scottish borders in Tweedsmuir. And we're going to sell the house and we're going to buy a rather large motorhome, and we're going to do some touring. Now, we're not going to go away for months upon months upon months on end, because we do have 4 grandchildren who are between 7 and 18. And the one thing my wife did say was she was not leaving to go away for years. She wanted to come back and see the grandchildren. So the plan is to sell the house, to put whatever money's left from the house into a high interest account, to buy the van, to equip the van, have a sludge fund. We're going to live on our pensions while we're away, and also I'm going to still do some online consultancy, which is my job in any case, and I can do that from anywhere in the world, let's face it. And then maybe go away for 6 weeks, maybe do a tour around France, a couple of regions in France, and then maybe come back in the van, or perhaps fly back and stay for a week or so with the family, register our address with one of our daughters, so any important mail, and it means that the driving license, place, and hospital and all the rest, that they have a place that they can send stuff, and stay there for a week or so, and then fly back or drive back and do somewhere else. And literally for the next 3 or 4 years, we're just going to experience a little bit of Europe. The reason, I guess, is once you reach a certain age, you realise that there's more to life than just things and having a beautiful house and all the rest of it. Experiences are way more important, and I guess in all the things that I bought in my life, and I have been an early adopter and love my gadgets and my things, but do you know what? You don't need them. And I'm thinking about getting rid of pretty much everything. We're going to give all loads of stuff to the girls. The girls and the grandkids have embraced the idea and are really encouraging us to do this. And it seems rather mad in October 2025 to be doing this video, which probably isn't going to be released for another 6 or 7 months until we actually get the van. But we'll perhaps keep you up to date with things that are going on, the house selling, the buying the van. In fact, this afternoon we're heading down to the Caravan and Motor Show in Birmingham. We're going to drive down and we're going to spend tomorrow looking at vans. I don't want to buy just a little cheap conversion or anything. I do want something that resembles a home, so it's going to be a rather large, maybe 8 metre twin axle, air conditioning, all that kind of stuff, because there's no way I could live in, for instance, my Volkswagen camper van for any extended length of time. I'm happy to go away for a week or so, but that's kind of probably round about it. So that's the plans. And with friends of mine dying of cancer, and you know, ending up with triple bypasses. And myself, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at the beginning of the year, and I managed to get rid of it just a couple of months back, and hopefully I'll keep getting rid of it, keep it away. And you know, I got a little cancerous thing in my back. It was non-melanoma, so you know, always good, and I actually ended up getting burnt off with cream. But it makes you think, do you know what, life is short, so let's get out there, let's explore a little bit. I'm very, very excited about the prospect of this. The kids are excited about the prospect of this. Even my wife's getting excited about the prospect of this, even though she'll definitely miss the grandkids. But you know, with Zoom calls and WhatsApp calls, video calls, you can be in contact with them all the time. And I think the grandkids will love kind of tracking our journey and seeing where we are. And you know, we'll keep a blog and do the YouTube videos. So anyway, listen, that's where we are. That's what we're going to do. We're very excited about it and can't wait to see some amazing places. We used to be real travellers, you know, back in the day. I've travelled all over the world, but then work gets in the way and grandkids get in the way. Well, that's terrible, I shouldn't say that, but life generally gets in the way and kind of stops you travelling. So anyway, so I'm Kenny. My wife's name's Nina. I'm sure you'll meet her in later on videos. This is just an introduction to our journey, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye just now.
Hi guys, welcome to the latest update on our journey. Now, as you will see, I'm in my office and it's 240 days since I made that last video. So what you've just watched was actually filmed on the 14th of October 2025. And back then, the plan was simple. We would sell the house, we would buy the motorhome, and by now we'd be well on our way to starting the next chapter of our lives. Well, as most of you guys know, life doesn't always stick to the script. Sometimes it throws a few, shall we say, obstacles in your way. And in our case, it's managed to delay things by quite a few months. So what's happened? Well, in November last year, I was cutting logs with a big professional chainsaw. Now it's stupid, I know. I was 66-year-old at the time, and I was still trying to convince myself that I was 36. I spent a couple of hours chopping logs non-stop and ended up with a sore back. I wasn't too worried about it because, like most blokes, I assumed it would just sort itself out eventually. And it did. Christmas came, Christmas went, everything seemed absolutely fine. And I thought no more about it really. And then on the 15th of January this year, completely out of the blue, I experienced what I can only describe as the most unbelievable pain in my left buttock. Now, this is not a little ache, it wasn't a twinge, it was absolute agony. Now the strange thing was that I wasn't doing anything remotely physical at the time. I was simply sitting in a client's office in a computer chair when it hit me. Now within minutes I knew something wasn't right, and I went home thinking it would settle down after a few days, because these things normally do. But it only got worse. I couldn't sleep, Nina couldn't sleep, walking was difficult, sitting was painful, and lying down wasn't much better. And eventually I ended up in A&E, where they confirmed that it was actually sciatica. Now, 5 months later, I've got to say that I'm still not right. I've had several visits to my GP, I've had 3 trips to E&E, I've had MRI scans, I've had endless painkillers to my head, and more frustration than I care to remember with this. The surgical team in Edinburgh have so far decided not to operate, and to be honest, haven't offered many answers either. And anyone who has ever suffered with severe sciatica will tell you it can completely take over your life. Now the good news is that things are now slowly improving. Not as quickly as I would like, but enough that I think we can finally start moving forward with the plans again. Now, unfortunately, it's delayed the sale of my house, and as a result delayed the purchase of the motorhome as well. But here's the exciting bit. The house should be going on the market within the next couple of weeks. We're getting surveys done and home reports and all these kind of legal things that you have to do. And it's funny really, because we've lived in this house, a beautiful house, incredible, stunning views, fabulous place. And we've lived there for 12 years now, and we've got plenty of memories, and it's been a fantastic place to call home. Yet neither of us has any regrets about selling it. And as you get older, your perspective, I think, in life changes. The things that you thought were important 20 years ago perhaps don't seem nearly as important today. You begin to realise that time is precious, and with some of my friends passing away rather too young, it really makes you think. So experiences matter, I think, more than possessions now once you get to this age. Adventure becomes more valuable than square footage. And for both Nina and I, this feels just the right time for this adventure. As soon as the house sells, we'll be purchasing our motorhome, and at the moment the shortlist has come down to two very different contenders. That we've got the Coachman Travelmaster 545, Swedish made, really well equipped for the price, or the Cartago Chic C-Line, a quite beautiful van, German built, incredible quality, and a fair bit more expensive once you add all the extras onto it. Now, for those who don't know me, which I guess will be most of you, I've been a professional portrait photographer for the last 45 years and a full-time business mentor for the photographic industry for the last 15 years, helping photography studios all over the UK, Ireland and Scandinavia build successful studio businesses. And although we're planning this new chapter in our lives, I'm not retiring completely. I'll continue working with a select number of clients online, and that means that I can mentor and coach from really wherever we're parked up. One of the things I'm most excited about with this channel is combining my love of travel and photography. In every episode we'll share the reality of full-time motorhome life, the good bits, the not so good bits, the journeys, the campsites, the more unusual park-ups, the food, the wine, the costs involved, the mistakes we will inevitably make, and hopefully plenty of laughs along the way. But we'll also feature a portrait of someone that we meet during our travels. I'm a photographer. I'll take you behind the scenes. I'll show you how the portrait was conceived, how it was lit and photographed. We'll talk about the person behind the picture and hopefully sit down for a short conversation with them too. And I think some of the most interesting stories come from people, ordinary people who live extraordinary lives, and that's exactly what we love to capture in our photography. So if you enjoy travel, if you enjoy photography, food, wine, meeting interesting people, and the idea of two slightly crazy 67-year-olds setting off in a late life adventure across Europe, then we'd love you to come along with us. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and I promise you it will be worth it. Leave us a comment, or please simply say hello, and join us as we begin what may well be the biggest adventure of our lives. Thanks very much for watching, and we will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye for now.